This week, we have a few words of wisdom, an in-class field trip, a return of weather, and a new SAT word.
Good afternoon, Franklin Academy. I'm Meredith Arsman here with Haley Hill to bring FA Today this week on the High School Experience News.
Coming to you from Franklin Academy's very own The High School Experience Studios, join us this week for FA Today as we feature tech tips, Franklin Academy headlines, and catch up with our Franklin Academy seniors in Senior Moment. Now let's have a super Pat Power welcome for this week's anchors.
Recently, Ms. Booth's Spanish classes had a hands-on experience with an in-class workshop. FA Today's Mia Shang has more.
This past Wednesday, Ms. Booth's Spanish 3 classes welcomed a special Spanish-speaking guest from Chile who taught them a thing or two about art. Ms. Booth tells us what she's hoping to have accomplished with this workshop.
I'm hoping that they will be able to see the importance of learning vocabulary and context, because instead of just looking at a page and seeing, oh, I have to know what paintbrush means, or oh, I have to know what to mix paint means, they'll actually realize the importance of it as someone speaking Spanish is looking at them and saying, mix your paint, pick up your paintbrush, and they'll see the importance of that vocabulary in real life.
Her classes have been doing a unit on art and had the opportunity to apply their knowledge with a hands-on experience. The artist, Clina Pilione, helped them create a painting with several of her techniques, guiding them through it step by step in Spanish. Alyssa Grotman tells of what she took away from the in-class field trip.
From this workshop, I learned to further develop my painting skills, and I also learned more about the Spanish culture. Combining both Spanish and art into one project was actually fun. I got to incorporate Spanish into painting, and it also gave us an opportunity to meet someone new and experience their culture from a different perspective.
Overall, this workshop was a success and the students enjoyed this immersive experience. They look forward to experiencing such engaging activities again in the future. This has been Mia Shang speaking for the High School Experience. Have a great checkout, FA.
Kenzie Ness and Cassie Emmy have been working with FA's new character education program, Project Wisdom. Let's see what insightful thoughts they have to offer.
Good afternoon, Franklin Academy. Here's a few words of wisdom. Listen again to these famous words spoken by John F. Kennedy during his inaugural speech in 1961. Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. So what can you do for your country? As a young person, you can contribute in more ways than you may think. You can volunteer in your community or your school. You can help a neighbor who is ill or in need. You can write to your legislators about things that concern you. Just because you are young, don't think that you can't contribute to the world and make a difference. Today, remember the words of John F. Kennedy and ask yourself what it is that you can do for your country. Then do it. With something to think about, this is Kenzie Ness. Make it a great day. Or not. The choice is yours.
Hey Meredith, can you believe fall is right around the corner?
I know, scarf season's about to begin.
With the weather, here's John Friedley.
Hello FA, and here's your 7-day AccuWeather forecast.
Did you know lightning can reach up to 30,000 degrees Celsius? When lightning strikes a tree, like this one, the water inside the tree can boil and it will violently explode.
And now let's turn over to Tyler Joyner and Jason Schott and Ms. Schneider for this week's SAT word.
Welcome to SAT Word of the Week. This week's SAT word is indignant, which is an adjective and means feeling or showing anger or annoyance at what is perceived as unfair treatment. Here's an example. Tyler was indignant after Ms. Schneider extended a deadline for another student, but would not offer him the same treatment. Let's take a look at what made Tyler feel so indignant.
All right, class, good morning. So as we wait for announcements, everyone get your homework out and I will come around to check it.
Oh man. Did you do it? I didn't do it at all, actually.
Good job.
I didn't have time because the football game was on, so
What's your excuse?
Well, I mean, it was the football game, the big game. Would you miss the big football game?
Well, Miss Schneider,
I'm not gonna lie to you. I couldn't do this homework at all. I apologize, but I had to set my priorities straight. It was the big football game.
What football game took precedence over completing my homework?
It was the University of Iowa.
Now I get it.
Thank you, Miss Schneider.
You are right. That definitely outranks prepositions.
And I knew that maybe you might be willing to work something out with this assignment.
How about we complete it during flex and you come and bring it to me right after, okay?
Awesome, thanks.
All right, you have a good day.
All right, you too.
Okay, let me see.
I didn't.
What is this?
I got half of it done.
It's not half.
It's a good fourth, maybe.
Why weren't you able to complete this?
Well, you see, last night it was kind of crazy.
Do I look like I care? No excuse for not completing your homework. I am so disappointed.
That is not fair at all, Miss Schneider. He got to watch a football game and he gets to make it up, yet I didn't do it, but I didn't get to make it up. That's so unfair.
That would have definitely made me feel indignant. Now back to the studio with Meredith and Haley.
We'll be right back after this commercial break. Seniors, for all your important dates, it's time for tea with Christian Barber.
Hello there, seniors. My name is Christian Barber, and I'm going to be throwing tidbits of information at you. Let's get started. You should have already turned in your annotated source list by now, because it was due 3 days ago. Your faculty advisor meeting is due in the next 3 days. You should be getting to that at some point this week.
Now let's run over to this week's sports short to get an update on how our teams are doing.
Good afternoon, Patriots. I'm Abby Miranda alongside myself here to bring you the latest on FA sports. The girls' tennis team played Rivermill Academy last Wednesday, September the 4th, finishing the match with a winning score of 9-0. The girls were able to dominate the match, not losing a single set. The boys' soccer team played the Lewisburg Warriors on Tuesday, September the 3rd, yet were unsuccessful, falling to the Warriors with a score of 2-1. The Lady Patriots volleyball team faced off against the Voyager Vikings Thursday, September the 5th, but were unable to conquer the Vikings with a score of 3-0. Now let's check in on cross country. Despite not having a meet this past week, the Patriots participated in the Jungle Run in Hope Mills, North Carolina, with many of our runners setting personal records. Hannah Zenker setting a personal record of 19:07 and Justin Martin running a new season best with a time of 18:28. Just one place away from finishing in the top 20. As always, I'm Abby Miranda, and thanks for joining me on this edition of the Fasten Sports Shorts. Now back to the studio.
We'll be right back after this commercial.
I'm an SAT prep class fanatic. I prep hard till I GIE fanatic. I'm not scared to learn my grade. SAT prep is extremely great. I'm a fanatic. Monday through Thursday, first week of track out again. Schneider and Clark gon' try to help us win. Alone our fate look grim if we study on a whim. Ed Moto post from Mr. Hall, sign up to thank him. Turning your form to Miss Connell, hurry up and sign. Only 50 spots that may look like lots, but connect the dots. Sign up and learn some tools. 2 groups of teachers trying to teach us fools. Every 2 hours we learn a ton. Too important to shun. Math and English are 2 in 1. SAT prep looks insane. TV makes a lot of tests look like a brain drain, but this course and test are almost the same. We will not turn in shame, we can win this game. Colleges believe us, you ain't gotta receive us, but we will ace the SAT if this course leaves us. And you can call us dramatic, fanatic, emphatic. While you got it, take a look at mathematics.
Word.
And now, Tucker Monroe with an introduction on our new Picture of the Week segment.
What's up, FA? Introducing the weekly picture segment, PIC, Pictures in Classroom. This week's theme is Student Life, so send in any pictures that have something to do with you to monroet@franklinacademy.org. I'll select the top 3 pictures based on relevance and content, and those pictures will be featured on next week's news show. All the pictures that have been sent in will be featured on the YouTube account called Franklin Academy Media. Also be on the High School Experience website. There will be an interview of the first place photographer on next week's news show. I'll select the top 3 pictures based on relevance and content, and those pictures will be featured in next week's news show. Until next time, Patriots, this is Tucker Lee Monroe, snapping out.
A few weeks ago, the young adult literature class took a trip to FA4 to host a tea party with the 3rd graders. While there, they led the students in a Reader's Theater activity and even played croquet with the Queen of Hearts.
In events, there will be a choral concert on Tuesday and an art showcase this Thursday during Flex. Be sure to show your support on these special occasions.
FCA members are encouraged to meet at Goodberry's in Wake Forest on Thursday the 12th. In addition, the Forest Moon Theater Company here in Wake Forest is offering a showing of the play Harvey in early October. All shows will be here in our very own FA5 theater. Be sure to visit forestmoontheater.org for more information.
Students at FA use technology daily. Jesse Ferdiger has an abundance of information on how to keep your iPad organized and running smoothly.
Hope you guys are having a great day today. This week we're doing something a little different than we normally do. So this week we went to Mr. Cheney to get a few words of advice on our iPads.
I'm here with Mr. Cheney for this week's tech tip on how to keep your iPad in top shape. To keep your iPad clean, you just need to wipe the screen with a slightly damp microfiber cloth. To keep it running smoothly, power your iPad off to free up any memory problems at least once a day. A great time to do this is while you charge it at night. So then we asked Mr. Cheney, what were the top 5 excuses for a broken iPad? 1. I picked it up and my iPad was like this. I don't know what happened. 2. My iPad fell. 3. My little brother took my iPad and smashed it on the ground. 4. Edmodo wouldn't open my homework, so I smashed it. 5. There's no crack. The crack is only a figment of your imagination. Wake up, Mr. Cheney.
Well, Franklin Academy, that's all we have for this week. Back to you guys in the studio.
Welcome back to the News Center. Before we conclude today's show, we pause for a moment of silence in memory of those who died on 9/11. Thank you. In the United States, Patriot Day occurs on September 11th of every year. It's an important day to commemorate the fatal attacks that occurred on 9/11, but it's also a day that calls U.S. citizens to public service. On this day, take time to serve the community and thank a public servant. That's all for this week, Franklin Academy, and remember, make it a great week, or not, the choice is yours.
Something about applying to the musical theater program at Elon. Mr. Cheney went there to be an actor.
So much for that dream.
It's not like he sits around crying about it.
Hey, Daniel.
Oh, hey, man.
What you working on?
Oh, I'm just working on the new show.
Well, can you at least make it funny this week?
What?
New show is stupid. It's such a waste of time.